Hello YouTube and fellow resellers, this is Kevin the Stoic Reseller back at you with another What Sold in 24 Hours. This is an odd one, and today I had a very weird revelation, and this is something that I believe we all face. So let's get into this right away. We have 8 sales for $270.68. That's an average of $33.84 an item. So, quick caveat here, guys, is I had one really low sale and a couple kind of not really where I want to be, but with sales kind of, I don't know, I feel a little anxious about them, and maybe that was the problem, but I really wanted the store to get going today, and so I accepted a little bit lower than average offers on some items, so you'll see them here. But our average sales cost is $85.26. Average cost of goods equates to $78 even. Our total profit, which is 40% of the total sales. So this is an important aspect here. Your total profit margin, remember guys, I like to be at 38 to 38%. We are at 40%, which is very strong. But you got to pay our supreme overlords from Mars $40.60. So you take all of that, leaves us $66.82, which is 25% of the total sales straight into our wallets. Let's get her going with this great first item. This is the second of about 6 of the women's Dixon flannels that I've had. This is the Griffin, and very awesome. It took about 2, maybe 3 weeks to sell. $40.47. And again, I remind you guys, if you find Dixon in men's or women's, you're going to buy it. Especially not right now, heading into the fall and winter times. This is starting to gain a lot of traction and should start flying off the shelves. This here continues to be actually a really strong buy. When I bought all of those brand new 2XL Brooks Brothers for about $12 to $13 a piece, and they've steadily been selling. This sold, of course, within about a month and a half for $36 plus shipping. Hey, 13 into 36. I mean, that's a what, $23 difference. You know, now of course there's no tax and anything, but you at least doubled up minimum. So who doesn't want to buy something and at minimum double up after everything's said and done? You tell me. Tell me in the comment section, would you have bought about, I think it was like 10 shirts total for about that price? And knowing that you're going to have to sit on them, would you have done that? Tell me in the comments section. The next item is a brand called Public Rec. These are some pants that I've been sitting on for about 2.5 months. Guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. This brand does not do very well for me. I have found multiple items in this brand, and ranging from shorts to pants. I found some tops. I can't command high prices, and then when I even mediocre prices for it, seems the traction's not all there. So there's some people claiming this is the next Lululemon, and I'm not seeing it, guys. Maybe I'm picking up the wrong items. I still feel if you get it for the right price, it's definitely a buy. It's a quality brand. But I wouldn't pay up. So this did take about a month and a half. Sold for $26. So guys, before I get into the last few pieces here, I want to talk to you about something that happened on my lunch today. I went to my local Goodwill, like I do every single day on my lunch, and they had a new cart of shoes, they had a couple new racks, and it's becoming more often that I walk out with nothing, which is fine. I've become a lot more strict about it. I used to, get the low dollar items on clearance and then, list them for under 20 bucks. But today I walked in and there was these two people, clearly a couple, and they were clearly resellers. And what really drove me nuts today is my local Goodwill gets a new shoe cart just about every day, and I never find anything. I mean, I've kind of gotten out of shoes completely, except for shoes that you're going to sell probably over 50 bucks, and they shouldn't sit in my store for more than a week. Those are the shoes I'm going for. Obviously, if I find a pair of shoes that are worth hundreds, you're going to get those too. But it really struck me as odd. I'd never seen these people, and I've been living where I live now for like a couple of years, and it just blew me away. But it also hit me at the same time. I was a little, like it's mentioned earlier, I was anxious with my sales today because the last few days, sales, they started rolling up in the morning, and I was, the last couple of days, I was right at where I wanted to be for the day before I even headed to work in the morning. And today it was not like that. And normally I only get sales at the beginning of the morning and towards the end of the night. So I was just already like, today's going to be a rough day. I saw them. They had like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. They had a pair of Hokas that I know I would have picked up because they looked brand new. And they also had a couple other pairs of shoes. I couldn't tell what they were, but they looked in almost brand new condition and they looked quality. So I missed out. And then also the guy of the couple, like as I was looking at stuff, broke off real quick, started looking at the new racks and started flipping through the existing racks, which I knew there wasn't much there because I clear that out just about every other day or so. But, it's something that we're all going to have to face. And it really did get me down there for a second. It got my mood down. I was nervous. I was frustrated. But then I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm advocating for on this channel. Is for people to go out here and do this. And then on top of that, maybe they're new to the area, maybe they're not new to the area, maybe they're just visiting. If they are a permanent staple here, I'm just going to have to beat them with knowledge. And so this is a two dose factor comment. 1, as a Stoic, I know that this is going to happen, so I had to be mentally strong. I had to bring myself out of it, which it was not that hard. I just had to remind myself, listen, the stuff you're listing is great stuff. You know what your sell-through rate is. You know what your goal is. Just keep pounding the table. 2, and this is what everyone should be doing right now, is research, guys. So the last few days I've been doing research. I researched Bonobos. I researched some J. Crew. I researched 7 Diamonds. I've researched Ted Baker. These are just items that stick in my mind as I see them. And I know that they have some value. I just don't know where the value's at. And a lot of times when I'm on my thrift trip, I don't have time to just look these brands up. Just because most of the time they're marginal. And most of the time those brands have really limited sell-through rates. So, I recommend, guys, take pictures of labels of what you see and do the research. Or if it's a brand that you see all the time, see what is worth the most in that brand. It's easy to do that on eBay. And I recommend doing that. Because I learned quite a bit. I feel like I can bring up 5 to 6 more items every thrift trip minimally just by doing some research. That took me about 10 minutes. Let's move it on, though. I found this really awesome Ariat retrofit pearl snap with like the Southwestern Aztec print. And I'd never seen an Ariat shirt like this. It took a while to sell, about a month or so. It sold for $25. I had it listed for $30. If this was a larger size, easy $35. It was a small, so I was happy to get rid of it. And really solid brand. Ariat, you should be buying Ariat, guys. Next item is Robert Graham in this really interesting pattern. Robert Graham is something that I'm a little on the fence with. I've been buying it more lately if it's at the right price and it's got a decent pattern. But I don't know. I'm really on the fence with it because it really isn't any better than Untuckit, and it's always priced higher than Untuckit. So if it's got a specialty specialty fabric like silk or linen, that's 100% buy. Guys, if you don't know, silk and linen Robert Grahams sell very well. Go look them up. But this sold in about a month as well. and it sold for 22 bucks plus shipping. The next item is Huck or bleh. I don't know. It's got a really cool print. It's got like this swordfish marlin. And I listed this for $27. Took it off for $21.50. And again, this is one of those items that I took a lower than expected offer, just simply because I wanted to get some sales. And to be fair, this item didn't have a whole lot of attention, and it was kind of shocking to me. Took about 3 weeks, but hey, still got $21.50 plus shipping. The next item is an item I'm sad about. This is an Ariat Pro shirt. Ariat Pro, I used to buy all the time. I used to pay up to like 10, maybe 12 bucks at the most, but I used to be able to get 30 for them. Now, you're lucky to get 25. As you can see, I accepted an offer of 20. So guys, I wouldn't pay up for this. If you're paying under $8, it's probably a safe pickup. You'll at least get double your money. Outside of that, though, guys, I'd really maybe just leave it, and it might pain you to do so. But those are the hard decisions that we're all going to have to make soon. Because there's some economic factors that I see that not so many people are really talking about. But, well, that's for a different day. And the last item is a J. Crew shirt. This is something I will never be buying again. J. Crew is a very saturated, very low-end mall brand, in my opinion. There are things, like I said, I researched this. There are certain jeans that'll sell in the 30s. There are certain blazers that sell in the 60s, 70s. But outside of that, I mean, there's really nothing else. I mean, some of their flannels, like if you have a fleece-lined J. Crew flannel or a leather jacket, those do great. But they're pretty rare. But anyway, so this took about 8 months to sell, and I only got $7.17. So yeah, guys, you know, share in the comments. Tell me about a time that you felt like, you know, just super anxious. Like, hey, man, what I've been working at is being intruded on, or someone came in to credit for the work that you've been working on, or just something that like made your heart sink and your soul drop. But with that, guys, if you liked what you saw, you learned something, share my video, like and subscribe, and until tomorrow on another What Sold, rule the day.